Good evening, everyone. It's Sal Post. How you all doing? Welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing fine this evening. Where I am, it's evening anyway. Thank you for joining. The Chatterboxes are in the house. Thank you very much for joining me today on this lovely Wednesday afternoon, guys. It's been a quiet day, in the world of Manchester United. A couple of stories here and there. Nothing that's going to break the bank, of course. But you know what? It's not been that bad, if we're being honest. Let me just sort this out. Check this out real quick. There we go. Absolutely. So how are you all feeling today, guys? Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new and smash a like on the video. If you can do that for me, that'd be absolutely brilliant. Let's see who's in the house right now, guys. It is Mr. Lumen. Absolutely, Lumen. Alhamdulillah, Jim, to everything so far. Big up, Lumen. Hope you're doing well. Alhamdulillah, that's what we say, of course. Jim, I'm back. Yo. What's up, Sal? Big up, Jim. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. How you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing? I'm doing very well, guys. Absolutely. Let's delve straight into the news in regards to Manchester United. Absolutely. The 5-step plan. I want to go through, and I want your guys' help, guys. I want to know the 5-step plan to make Manchester United great again. How are we going to make Man United great again? As a little tribute to Donald Trump, how are we going to make Manchester United great again? The 5 steps to make Manchester United great again. What do you think has to be done at the football club, guys? What do you think has to be done? I'm going to delve straight into that very soon. Big up, Darko. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Stretford Post. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, guys. Hope everything is good with you guys. So good to see you. Absolutely. So we start firstly in regards to the news about Old Trafford, Manchester United. In regards to the building, the redevelopment of Old Trafford. Obviously, there was news earlier this week in regards to funding from the government and also obviously Manchester United and the whole construction of Old Trafford and the surrounding areas will bring in 7.5 billion to the UK economy every single year. Absolutely incredible. But there's a little bit of a stumbling block. It could take up to a year to gain planning permission. Of course, there are people who live around the area, a bit like what happened with Anfield. If we know what happened with Anfield, I went to Anfield during that period when they were rebuilding Anfield, of course, and one house for the whole road, one house was left with open. The others were boarded up. One house was left open with flowers on it and everything. They wouldn't move. They would not move. Liverpool offered them everything to leave the house so they can do the development, but they wouldn't move. This is going to be an issue in regards to Manchester United's development of Old Trafford. There will be people who do not want to move. So you're going to have to work out how you're going to remove those people, which is going to be a little bit difficult, of course, guys. But it could take up to a year for Manchester United to work out the process of rebuilding Old Trafford. It does look like we will be building a new stadium. It does look like we will be revamping Trafford Park, if you know about Trafford Park, which will bring in 7.5 billion into the UK economy every single year. I mean, that's great, isn't it? That's great. But people are going to have to want to leave. There's going to be a lot of protests. There'll probably be a lot of hard feelings and stuff like that in regards to that. Big up, Kazi. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Of course, Man United #1 and feared again. No more retirement home and the big wages. Absolutely, Jim. No more of that. We hope not. Absolutely. Big up, Sal, Malaysian satay, Thai green curry night. Rock on. Glory. Love it. Red Thai curry, green Thai curry, the best, mate. Absolutely lovely. There used to be a spot I used to go to in London Bridge. It was absolutely absolutely lovely. It was a beautiful spot. I miss it. Absolutely. Pearl, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Always look forward to another live with you. Big up, Pearl. Always look forward to you coming back to the stream. You absolute legend. I hope you're doing well. Hope everything is good with you. And everyone is feeling fine today, guys. You know what it is. We're alive and kicking at the end of the day. We're alive and kicking. And you know what? Who's going to be watching the football? Who's watching the international games, guys? Let me know who will be watching Greece versus England tomorrow. I'm sort of like this. I'm conflicted, guys. I need to be persuaded. Should I do a watch-along for England versus Greece? Should I do a watch-along for England versus Greece, guys? 11:45 p.m. It will be my time. 11:45 p.m. Should I do a watch-along for it? We'll have to wait and see. Big up Darkrow, big up everyone, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up Kazi. Goodness me, these days go so quickly. Called it the Ineos Arena. Has a certain ring to it. Big up, bro. A certain ring to it. Definitely not a Manchester United ring, Kazi. You're the only Man United fan who's ever said, call it the Ineos Arena. In my opinion, the Manchester United football stadium should be related to our heritage, related to where we come from. For example, the Busby Babes Stadium, the Sir Matt Busby Stadium, the Sir Alex Ferguson Stadium, Munich Stadium, things like that, things that relate to our football club, what we've been through, George Best Stadium, something like that. I don't want us to turn it into a commercial fairground. At the end of the day, when you look at Real Madrid and you look at Barcelona, they haven't really renamed their stadium. Obviously, Barcelona did obviously name their stadium the Spotify Nou Camp, of course. But you know what? I would rather it be something to do with our heritage, guys. Something to do with our heritage, which is very, very important in my opinion. Our heritage is everything to Manchester United. Manchester United and this football stadium in regards to the war, in regards to Old Trafford, what it's been through, etc. Surviving explosions and bombs and things like that. That is Old Trafford, of course, guys. It has been put through the mud. People may know that we had to play at Main Road. Main Road is the former home of Manchester City. We had to play at Main Road for a little bit. So you know what? We're different to other clubs. We can't be naming our club Ineos Stadium, Sir Jim Ratcliffe Stadium, things like that. But then we have to look at things realistically. I don't think any of these names have a ring to it. I don't think Ineos, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, nothing. I think Manchester United, Sir Matt Busby has a ring to it because that is Manchester United. And if those people who love Manchester United, if you love Manchester United, you will understand that how important that is. But then we have to look at things in a realistic way. And we have to look at things from a different point of view. That, you know what, the government are going to be funding this stadium. I mean, the majority of this stadium, half of it will be funded by the government. Probably a big proportion of it will be funded by Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos, of course. So they're going to have to want their stamp on it. And that is fair enough because at the end of the day, they are ones who are building the stadium. They're the ones who want the stadium built, and they're the ones who are going to be putting the money into the stadium. But you know what? It is a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because one thing we have to understand is that Manchester United are Manchester United and Manchester United are Old Trafford. Old Trafford, if you've ever been to Old Trafford is a heritage. It's heritage. It's history. It's like you're walking into history there. You've got the Trinity statue. You've got the Munich clock. And as I've always said, when the first time I ever visited Old Trafford, when I was just a toddler, I wanted a picture with the Munich clock because I understood how important that these things are to the football club. These things are so important to the football club in regards to our past, where we've been. It's our adversity that has got us through these many, many years, of course, these decades and stuff. Our adversity is just as important as our success, and I'm not only talking about the Munich disaster, I'm talking about when we got relegated, of course, guys. Let's not forget that. We've had a lot of adversities happen to our football club. And Old Trafford, moving from Old Trafford, thanks to the Glazers, let's not forget it is thanks to the Glazers who have let Old Trafford decay. When you look at Anfield, it's just the same as Old Trafford. It's just as old as Old Trafford, but they kept up to date with the maintenance. They kept up to date with the regeneration of the area and the stadium, of course. They have not moved from that stadium, and neither will Real Madrid, and neither will Barcelona. And that is because we have had the Glazers. We've had probably the worst ownership any possible club, any club in the world would possibly hope for, wish for. Not in your worst nightmares would you want an ownership like the Glazers, guys. And this is one thing I would say, and it's very sad that we'll be moving from Old Trafford, but we'll have to move on in regards to it. We'll have to move on in regards to the name and stuff. I wouldn't like calling it the Ineos Stadium. No, I wouldn't like calling it the Jim Ratcliffe Stadium. I wouldn't like calling it anything commercial. I don't want it to be commercial. And that's one thing I would say. You could still have Ineos and the sponsorships of Ineos and Jim Ratcliffe, the names around the stadium. You can still have it imprinted on the shirts. You can have it everywhere, But, the stadium name is something very, very important to the football club. It's a bit like Leicester City and the Walkers Stadium and things like that. It just doesn't have that air to it. It doesn't have that feeling. You know what I mean? Absolutely. It doesn't have that feeling. And that's one thing I would say. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Let's go through some of your comments, guys. Let's go through some of your comments. Sir Alex Ferguson Stadium, Arena. I'll have Busby Babes before that. Busby Babes and stuff like that. Surprised you don't mention Busby Babes as a United fan, Kazi. It's strange. Top button, let's have a squeaky bum stand. Top button, you're funny, mate. Yeah, at the end of the day, absolutely. You're right, Sal. A name in the stands must be Matt Busby, the legendary players, not under Ratcliffe or Ineos. Absolutely, Jim. You know the score, isn't it? You know the score about the stadium, the naming rights and stuff like that is very important to our heritage. It's bad enough that we're moving stadiums. It's bad enough that we have to move away from our great, iconic Old Trafford. But then to rename our stadium a commercial name, and we're going to be made fun of that. We're going to be bantered all the way down to Kingdom Come. We're going to be bantered, of course, guys. So to rename the stadium in a commercial capacity is not going to be great. Manchester United are not just Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson was a very important figure in Manchester United. Yes, he has a stand named after him at Old Trafford. But for me, what made Manchester United, what typified Manchester United was Sir Matt Busby and the Busby Babes. Those people typified who Manchester United are. They're the reason we are here today. It's the Busby Babes. You know, obviously what happened, the disaster, what happened in 1958, going on from there. They're the reason we are here today. Those are the Busby Babes, you know. Many people came in the Sir Alex Ferguson period because we were successful. I myself started supporting Man United. We hadn't won the league in 24 years. It ended up being 26. I myself didn't start supporting Man United till 1989, around 1989, 1990. So my first game about 1990, you know. And you know what? That's one thing I would say is that, you know, I started supporting United because I fell in love with the history of the club. My best friend came from Manchester. He showed me about Manchester United. He told me about Manchester United, gave me these old VHS tapes and stuff like that, and said, "Here, watch this about Manchester United." It was incredible, you know, and I didn't look back, you know, and I started supporting the football club. And people were like, "Well, why do you support Manchester United? Why do you support them?" And I was like, because you know what? You heard of the Busby Babes. And even as a kid, I used to say that. I used to educate people about the club. You know, where I was raised in East London, a lot of people supported Arsenal. Some people supported Tottenham, scattering on Liverpool because they were successful. It was like that. And Liverpool dominated, obviously, the field back then. But me, I supported Manchester United. And I was known for that. I was the only man in London. I swear to you, I could only think of a couple of people that supported Man United in that time in London. You know, you'd have to find, like, you'd have to look for them. You'd have to look for them. So all these people now on fan channels and stuff like that who are Londoners, think they supported Man United. They supported Man United about 96, 97. I didn't. I supported 10 years before that. Do you know what I mean? And that's one thing I would say. And one thing that I love about Manchester United is that we love our history. We love our heritage. We love where we come from. And that's what it's all about, in my opinion, is our heritage and our history. You know, I would say that, absolutely. Now, in regards to that, Manchester United could be making a decision. There will be announcements coming within the next couple of weeks about Old Trafford. There will be obviously more clarity of what's going on in regards to the planning permission and where we're going to start. Of course, it's taking a little bit of time because we're going to have to get funding. We're going to have to get planning permission. We're going to have to get clearance from the surrounding area, etc. You know, what we have to remember is that those people who live in that area are not necessarily Manchester United fans. That's what we have to remember. And that is what's going to be difficult going forward in regards to the building work at Old Trafford and etc., etc. But yes, at the end of the day, you know what? We hope it gets cleared pretty soon. It would be great to have a new stadium. That'd be lovely, obviously. But if we are going to have a new stadium, you know, and we're going to unfortunately move away from Old Trafford, my only thing is I want Old Trafford to be a fortress. I want it to be scary. I want it to be intimidating. I don't want teams to come there enjoying playing at Old Trafford. I want them to say, damn, we're going to Old Trafford next week. Do you know what I mean? We're going to Old Trafford. Or whatever it's called then. We're going to there. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to play. It's intimidating there. That's what we need. We used to have that Old Trafford, of course. We used to have that intimidating atmosphere, of course, guys. If you remember, we've lost that somewhat now. We've lost that somewhat. It can get a little bit intimidating sometimes at Old Trafford, but not as much as it used to be. You know, I've been to some games at Old Trafford where, goodness me, I used to say, thank God I'm not on the opposition side because this is intimidating. I used to be like that. You know, but nowadays it's got a little bit more mellow. It's got a little bit more softer. I don't know why there is. I don't know where the edge has been taken off Manchester United a little bit. I think the generation passed down. I think it's changed the atmosphere a little bit, actually. And one thing I would say is that it's not a fortress anymore. The new stadium needs to be a fortress, in my opinion, if I'm being totally honest with you guys, in my humble opinion. Is your cover photo a young Sal? What's my photo cover? Which one? My photo cover. What's my photo cover? I don't have a photo cover. I do love the Theatre of Dreams. So I like that as well, Jim. I do like that. That's part of our heritage as well, if you know, absolutely. Ruben hasn't talked to me about Mourinho. Yeah, stop it. You know what? The spam is going to get blocked very soon. You guys, it will get blocked. If you're not careful, you will be blocked, spammers. Absolutely, you will be blocked, guys. Absolutely. So, you, me, Kazi, Jim to come out of the 90s now. So you, me, have to come out the 90s. No, I'm not coming out the 90s. And I'll tell you why we're not going to come out the 90s, Mad Advanced. I don't know if you know anything about our football club, mate. But one thing I would say to you right now, right? Our past is what makes our present. What makes us Manchester United is what we were before. You, me, Kazi, Jim would not be Manchester United fans if it wasn't for our past. I tend to look at things like this. It is not the past, it's a present fact. We are presently, our past is our present. That's what it is. And you have to look at it like that. Only people like Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, and stuff like that tell Man United fans to get out of their past, because we are what we are. We are the reason teams right now playing the Champions League in England. We were the first team in England to believe in European competition, right? We were the first team to do that. Do you know what I mean? We were the first team. Look, a little bit like when we stood up against the Super League. You know, it was us. That's the past too, but that was us. We cancelled our football game because we stood up for what was right. Manchester United did. Manchester United are the pioneers. And throughout our history, we have always been the pioneers of the league, of the Premier League, of English football. They hate to admit that. They hate to admit that. But this is what the facts are. And our past is what makes us who we are today. So we will always represent the past. We will always represent the future and the past. I will come in on it and say we're going to smash it, we're going to win the league, we're going to do this, and I'll talk about all the way back. But I will go back. Of course I will go back. Because at the end of the day, I go back because that where we are today, everything is entwined with each other. It's a connect at the end of the day. And you always have to appreciate that. That's what you have to do. I mean, I don't know whether I'm English. Maybe it's a Manchester United fan who's had a season ticket for many years and stuff like that. And I've been to a lot of games. Maybe it's me, and maybe you guys don't quite understand the genetics of what Manchester United is. I know that, and I understand that it's not your fault at the end of the day. But one thing I would say is that we will never forget our past. And I'll never stop talking about it. I'll talk about it till I'm blue in the face. I'll talk about 1968 for 1 hour if you want. I mean, I beg any of you guys come on here and speak about Man United for 1 hour. You know what I mean? And talk about 1968, 1974, 1977, 1985 against Everton. What are we going to do? You know what I mean? We have to speak about who we are, our heritage and stuff like that. And that is who we are, guys. I could come in here and I could be a joker all day long, and I can make you laugh, and I could be happy, and I could be this. But one thing is, I know my football club. I love my football club. And to be honest with you, I would never say, you know what, we got to get out of the 90s. You know, we got to stop living in the past. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Absolutely not. Sal, great mates, figure like we are crying for 6 trophies tied a lot. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And with this, Jim, we have to look at our greats and who we are. We cannot look at the future without looking at where we've been. And where we've been is who we are. Where we've been, the success, where we've been, etc., is who we are at the end of the day. That is who we are. So we cannot just dismiss that. Of course, big up, Teddy. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up yourself. You got a famous name, my friends. Hope you're doing well. Teddy Sheringham. Oh, Teddy Sheringham. You remember Teddy Sheringham? What a legend, underrated. You haven't missed much, Teddy. I've just been talking about the new stadium, etc., like that, going on about the new stadium, what the stadium needs to be at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? And people who are happy to have it called something else and called in your stadium and stuff like that, I question their loyalties to our football club. I do, because at the end of the day, our football club is our heritage. That is who we are. You know what I mean? That is why we're here today, Teddy. I'm here today because of our past, because of our heritage. These guys here, the great people in the chat, are in that because of here, because who we are. At the end of the day, they don't support Sheffield Wednesday. Why don't they support Sheffield Wednesday? Why don't they support Northampton Town? Why don't they support those football teams? I tell you why they don't support those football teams, because they don't have a past. They don't have anything they can relate to. Do you know what I mean? And that is why. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, if Sheffield United, if Sheffield Wednesday had, no offense to those teams, but if they had the history that Manchester United had, they will all be supporting Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United. Absolutely. And this will be called the Bramall Lane Post. That's what it would be called. Absolutely. And that's why we have to understand who we are and our heritage, exactly. Big up, Manituta. I know, mate. I know. I understand you, brother. Big up yourself. Manto, you need to come out of this subsidized expectation, bro, and cause all out the highest standards again. We're going to get the highest standards, bruv. Well, so I can fully understand the passion and love, bro. Big up, Manituta. I understand you, mate. You know, I'm very passionate about my football club. I have been. It's been 40 years of my life, Manituta. 40 years. I was a child when I started supporting this football club, you know, and I'll never forget this football club when I'm in my old age, you know, and when I have to be escorted to the bathroom. You know what I mean? That is what it's going to be like. You know what I mean? I'm going to still be talking about Man United. I'm going to be in the nursing home talking about Man United. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to be. And that is how it will be, guys. And you know what? We enjoy the success. But you know what? We have to look at what the past was for us to regain that. Because when I think about Marcus Rashford, when I think about all these great players who play for our great football club, you know what? I look at the players today and I think they don't resemble what they are, what they should be. Those players should be that. Those players should be that, you know, and that's what I want. And until we get that again, that'd be absolutely brilliant. Manager, they're not about all the fans. Absolutely, Jim. Big up, Jim. I'm a new United fan. I can't stand loss. It's okay if I change club. Instinct. It's never okay to change clubs. You choose your club and you keep your club. Instinct. At the end of the day, trust me, Instinct. I'm going to tell you this, right? And in 5 years' time, you're going to thank me, Instinct, right? You're going to thank me. Carry on supporting Man United. Man United will be back, Instinct. Man United will be back. Support the football club. I know you're a new United fan, but one thing I would say, right? I fell in love with this football club because I learned about the history. So it was legitimate love for the football club. If you love a football club, right, you support the football club through thick and thin, right? Through thick and thin. I mean, one of the first games I ever watched was Manchester City 5, Manchester United 0. Way back. It didn't sway me. It didn't sway me from that. You know, it didn't sway me from supporting the football club. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? So one thing I would say to you, Instinct, right? If you really want to be a Man United fan, right, remember this. Being a Man United fan is different. We're different, right? We're better than everyone. We have a better history than everyone. We're better, right? And we will be back. You can go and support your Arsenals, your Cities, your Barcelonas, your Real Madrids. You know what I mean? Heck, you can even go and support Leyton Orient if you want. But one thing I would say is that do not turn your back on this great football club. Never turn your back. It'll be the biggest mistake you've ever made. Absolutely. Sal, the problem is also the fans, not all those that have low expectations. Players read social media. We need to feed them energy. Thank you for joining me, Jim, for mentioning that. I've mentioned a list of 5 things, right? 5 things that need to improve in regards to taking Manchester United back to the top, okay? So the number one thing and the thing that we all been talking about every single day is the players. The players are what are the problem. There's a number of players there that shouldn't be playing for the football club. Yes, some of those players are going to be given a second chance under Ruben Amorim, of course. Well, for us, it's like the upteenth chance, isn't it? They've had 10 years of chances when we think about it. But it is the players. Without the change of the players and the change of culture within the players, we cannot succeed. That because the players have been there for 10 years and sacked more than one manager. Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ralf Rangnick, you know, Eric Ten Hag, of course, guys. So we have to, like, you know, look at those players and look at the players that have the mentality. When we sign players, we don't have to only look at the talent. We have to look at their off-field antics. We have to look at whether they're married. I'll tell you a little story about Sir Alex Ferguson. When Sir Alex Ferguson used to speak to a player, he didn't mention football to the player at all. He used to mention if they're married, what are their plans for the future? Do they have a girlfriend? And things like that. You know, he used to ask them that. He used to delve into the personality a little bit and ask them how and learn about their personality, because personality is very important. At the moment, I feel that we do lack personality. I feel like we do lack leaders. Back in the day, we used to have like 11 leaders on the pitch, 11 to 15 leaders on the bench and on the pitch. We used to have back in those days, of course. So we need to start getting that back, gradually getting that back. And that comes with success, of course, that does. And some of those players are not up for the task. Like I was saying earlier on, when we do start playing Ruben Amorim's system, if some of those players do not fit that system, they need to go. It's as simple as that. No questions asked. If they do not want to fit the system, they need to be out of here, mate. Absolutely. That's what they need. So that's what I would say in regards to that. Number 2, Manchester United need to learn about the media. They need to learn about handling themselves in front of the media. They need to stop, like, for example, Belfast of Marcus Rashford, things like that. You know, that only invites problems. That invites problems, and that problem will resonate, and it will be like a domino effect that goes along, of course, guys. So number 2 would be the media. They need to handle the side of media. They need to look after themselves a little bit better within the whole airspace outside of football. They need to look after themselves a little bit better. Because so far, I'm seeing Maguire in Greece having a punch-up. I'm seeing Rashford going to Belfast, clubbing night before a game. I'm seeing things like that, which I feel like is just not good enough. And then you have things like a Mason Greenwood issue that happened, of course, obviously like that. We've had Jadon Sancho issues, of course, Anthony issues, of course, Ronaldo issues, of course, things like that, talking to the media, interviews about the football club, things like that. The media side of things needs to change. We need to keep things in-house. We need to keep things in-house, and then we need to stop things leaking here, there, and everywhere, of course. So that is 2 things I would change straight away. Northampton Town, big up, Kazi. You know it's your favourite team, mate. Absolutely. Man, the sales for about Sheringham, I know I bring down and dusty player. It was a signing that never understood, but then you made things clear. Sheringham, look, you know what? One thing I'll say, man, and Twitter, when we're signing players, don't always sign a player that, you know what, oh my God, it's Musiala, for example. It's something like that. You know, Kelia of Napoli. Don't always think like that. You have to sign players that fit the system. You know, and really this should be on the list, but this goes under players, in my opinion. Signing players that fit the system, not necessarily sign players that are glamorous and those big signings and, you know, exciting signings, 150 million pound signings. Sign players that fit the system. Dwight York, I was not excited about. Dwight York, I was like, why are we buying Dwight York? I was like that, I swear to God. But then he fitted the system. He connected with Randy Cole and things happened. Alex Ferguson was a genius, of course. Michael Carrick. Who would have thought to sign Michael Carrick? You know, those type of players, you're like, why are we signing Carrick from Spurs? Why do we need Carrick? You know, and we got Scholes and this and that and that. You know, and then you're thinking to yourself, then you look at it and you think, wow, he complements the team. Now, if I look at England, and I look at England back in the day when they had the golden generation, all England needed, right? They didn't need Lampard, Scholes, and Gerrard in the team. They needed one of those. And I would have picked Scholes, obviously. He's the best player in Europe, best player, English player of all time, in my opinion. I would have picked Scholes, right? And then I would have put Carrick in the middle. And why would I put Carrick? Because it would have added balance to the team. And England might have won some things if they'd done that. But they didn't, did they? Bigger Asif, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing good. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Absolutely. Rasta talk, you never betray your club. Once a red, always a red. Glory Maino. Absolutely, Rasta. And it comes from the family. It runs deep. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Big up, Rasta, my friend. Instinct. I am from Angola. Travel very far to watch match just to lose. Yeah, but that's way of football, mate. That's football, bro. That's football. At the end of the day, you know what? Live it. You know, it's an experience. You're living it. You know, some people can't even walk. Some people are children, they can't even breathe and they're fighting for the next breath, you know, at the end of the day. You know, one thing we have to do, and I said this on my Twitter today, guys, and one thing I say this, right? You support a great football club, but not every football club wins all the time. That's true. We've won 2 trophies in 2 years. But one thing I will say to you, right? And I will say this loud and clear to those people, right? I will say this. If we can keep one thing in your head today, remember this, right? Good health is like a crown that only the sick can see. Good health is like a crown only the sick can see, right? Basically, we're lucky to have health. We're lucky to be able to go and see a football team play. Manchester United are a great club. It's not just about winning, guys. It's not just about winning. It's not just about trophies. It's about the football club. It's about who we are, our history, our heritage. Things like that. That's why you support a football club. You don't support a football club because they're losing or they're winning. I lived in Leighton all my life, Leytonstone, Leighton all my life, right? I lived just behind, my back garden was a football club called Leighton Orient. There was a guy who used to come from New York City every single week to see Leighton Orient. Leighton Orient. Why? Why did they do that? Why did they do that? Because they love the football club. They love the football club. That is what support is. I don't need to teach you about the birds and the bees in regards to supporting your football club, but that is what support is. And that is how I would emphasize it to everyone. You wear it on your sleeve. The good times will come. Don't worry about that. Of course, they're going to come. You know what I mean? It will come. But you know what? It's those good times, even if they're few and far between, that you have imprinted in your head. We have the FA Cup final here. You know what? We remember it. We remember it fondly. You know what I mean? It was emotional. We remember it fondly. It was fantastic. You know, I have so many memories supporting this great football club. I've been to games when we've been smacked up. You know, I've been to games where we've lost 4 or 5-0. I've been to those type of games. You know what I mean? I've been there, but I still sing my heart out. Glory, glory, Man United. I still sing it. Do you know what I mean? I've been embarrassed. I've been to Anfield. I've been to around the world. I've traveled, given my pocket money. I wasn't rich. I had pocket money, sleeping on beaches and things like that to watch this football club lose. But that is just the way life is. That is what is supporting your football club all about. That is what it's all about, my friends. Big up yourself. Big up, big up. Oh, Chichi, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Chichi, the legend. Hope you're doing well. Acid Baba, Acid Baba, Acid Baba. Baba, Acid Baba, Acid. Absolutely. Big up, everyone. I am a fan 92, and until this day, I will always love United. Sal. Big up, Jim. Absolutely. No doubt about it, Jim. I know you are. Sal, I guess YouTube is glitching. Your subscribers suddenly increases. Is that YouTube update subscribers after one day or just? I haven't had much subscribe increase in a while, Sid Graft. I've had about 10 this last 24 hours. But YouTube does hold back views. YouTube does hold back subscribers, yeah, to check if they're real. So when you're monetized, Madhavan Sid, you get checked because you get paid. So basically, they check everything. So you can't fake it, Madhavan Sid. Ed Sheeran supports Nottingham Forest. Maybe happier football to fan alive. Ed Sheeran supports Ipswich Town. I know Ed Sheeran personally. I know his cousin went to my wedding. His cousin went to my wedding. Yeah, absolutely. Check out Ledra Chapman. Ledra Chapman, Leddra Chapman, and Ed Sheeran. Write Ed Sheeran next to it. Then you'll write Ledra Chapman, Reds, Redzz. You see me, you see Ledra Chapman, you see that. So there you go. Ed Sheeran sports Ipswich Town, mate. So I hate those so-called United fans that when we lose, they change teams, and those that are player FC. Where is the loyalty? I'm old school. Jim, you know what? You're not old school. You're just a proper fan, mate. You're just a proper fan, and that's what proper fans do. Proper fans, they love their football club through thick and thin, regardless if they lose, and that's the way it should be. Life would be pretty boring if we won all the time. You know what? Me and you, Jim, we've seen a lot, haven't we? We've seen a lot since 1992. We have seen a lot of success. You know, we know what success is, but we also know what adversity is. We've lost league titles on the last day of the season, and it's been upsetting. It's been horrible, you know. And the thing is, you know, we still support the football club. We go, we'll be back. And that's what the beauty of football is. Beauty of football is like this. It's like, yeah, we're going to be back. Next time we're going to be back. We'll be back next time. Don't worry about it. Next season. And that's why I was like, during the summer, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. I don't care. We're going to win the league. I'm like that. I was like that in the summer. You look at it now, Sal, you're mad. You're crazy. But I always do that every single year because I know that anything is possible. Leicester City won the league, for crying out loud. I know that anything is possible and we can win the league if we can. And I believe we're very close now. And those people will fall off Man United ship. Those people fall off the promised land and they go and support someone else. You're not coming back. Don't come back. Absolutely. Because I've seen people within the fan cam industry. I know some of them are Tottenham fans. Some of them are not legitimate Man United fans. Some of them jump off and go and support Man City. It's embarrassing, isn't it? It's embarrassing because what does that show you? When you turn your back on your football club, what does that show you? You lack loyalty. You lack loyalty. You have no loyalty. And what is a man without loyalty? What is a man without loyalty? There is no man without loyalty. No, I cannot call a man who doesn't have loyalty. And that is it. Simple as that. Ipswich must take the week too. United won't spare them. We're going to be taking them apart. Gloria, absolutely, my friend. Madhavan said, I once went to see Lingard play, and bro, he plays like a prime Messi. You don't know prime Messi, bro. Come on, man. You're not on fire today. So I get emotional even when we win the FA Cup. I respect the FA Cup, and for us to win, it is a potential place. Mark, Jim, my guy, you know, I clap you, mate, because at the end of the day, you are not entitled to win. No football team is entitled to win all the time. So you take every little blessing. I love the FA Cup because the FA Cup's the most oldest cup competition in the world, right? It is respected. But right now, it's not the biggest trophy. But one thing I would say, I still get emotional when we win the League Cup, when we win the FA Cup. I still love it. I still feel the same as when I was a kid watching Man United. I still feel the same when I went to Wembley Stadium and saw Man United lose 1-0 to Everton in 1995. And I cried. I'm still like on those times, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, when we win cups, I appreciate it. Because at the end of the day, when we beat Man City and outplayed Man City in that FA Cup final, you know, I'll be forgiven to say I almost shed a tear. I did, because it means a lot. When, you know, you're not guaranteed trophies in football. You're not guaranteed to be successful in football. That is just the way it is, you know, unfortunately. But that is the beauty of football, of course, guys. Jim, even I respect Carabao. Absolutely, Jim. Absolutely. We celebrate everything. Life is that. Life is not guaranteed. You can't, you know, you're not guaranteed success at the end of the day. So I don't know. I typed not in the forest. I also meant to say, yeah. Big up. Yeah, big up. Absolutely. Sal, I'm old school. What I mean is go back to the old mate. You can't go forward until you know where you've been. And that is where it is. And you can't go forward until you know where you've been. Right, let me tell you a little thing, right? What happened to Ruben Amorim when he went to Old Trafford this week? What happened to Ruben Amorim? Where did he go? I'll tell you where he went. He didn't only go and meet the players. He didn't only go to Carrington. Where you know where he went? He learned the history, the heritage of Man United. Why did Ruben Amorim come to Man United? History, heritage. He could have got more money elsewhere. He said it openly. He went because of the history. He went because of the heritage. Did you see the video? Did you see the video of him going, oh, yeah, look, like, yeah, and he's happy because he knows, he recognizes a legend in front of him. People who are a certain age, they love this football club. You know what I mean? They know what this football club's about, the history, the heritage of this football club, this great football club, this great, cultural institution that is Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? And people love this football club. And, they love the history of this football club. And I would say that is history. Now, I go on to 5 things to make Man United great again. Free is social media. I personally feel that a lot of these players need to move away from social media, guys. They need to away from social media a little bit. They are far too much on social media. And I know it because I've spoken to a couple of Man United fans over this Man United players. I've spoken to a couple of Man United players over this last year on Instagram and things like that. So I know that these players are on social media non-stop. They're always checking their stories. They're always checking their updates. They need to put that away for a little bit. I know it's difficult, but whilst the season is going, put your mentions on mute. Don't look at your mentions. Just the people you know. Just the people you know. Ignore everything else. Block it out. Block it out, right? Just block it out, or get your agent or something to look after your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook. Do something like that. Your Bebo, your MySpace, whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? But do something like that. I'm talking old school now, isn't it? I'm taking it back to the old school, absolutely. And basically do that. That's what I say. Social media has become an extremely big problem within Manchester United, as we saw last season with Sancho's tweet. We saw that, of course, which disrupted the team, disrespected the manager, disrespected the fans, of course. It was a horrible thing to see, especially as he left it up there for 2 weeks. People forget, right? So social media needs to be put to one side. If Man United want to be successful, they need to stop and be less on the social media side of things. I'm not saying completely cut it out of their life. It's impossible. Even me, I can't. I have a habit. But one thing you got to do, you got to try and separate the rubbish from the positive, right? And what you got to do is just mute people you don't really know. I mean, you can even mute words and stuff like that, right? Or give it to your missus, give it to your family member. Say, can you read my tweets? And just let them read out the positive ones. And read out the positive ones, of course. And so I'm even traditional person too. I have old staff. Me too, mate, Jim. I'm very traditional. I'm very loyal. I'm very traditional. I'm a gentleman, with my wife. I'm like that as well. I'm a gentleman. I love, looking after my wife. I'm on the old school, man. I'm the old school. Absolutely. The old school is best, man. This generation is lost, of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Hold on a second, guys. Ava is going to be blocked. Ava is blocked, guys. Ava is blocked. Goodbye, Ava. Absolutely. Jim, but no, Sal, nobody is getting paid to support a club, or anyone can support any club wherever he gets more pleasure and feels good. I am loyal to United, but every human being is different in their own way. Yeah, some people are arses, some people are not. Some people are loyal, some people are not. At the end of the day, I don't agree with supporting a football club and then 1 minute and then not supporting a club the next minute. That is not in my DNA. I don't do things like that. It shows a lot about a person when they do things like that, in my opinion. When United will be back winning Premier League streets, then only plastic fans will cherish being United. And that is the problem right there, Asib Baba, spot on. We don't want those plastic fans to come back when we start winning things again. Do you know what I mean? We don't want those plastic fans to come back. So as I said, when you celebrate wins, you learn to live with the loss. Absolutely, Asif. Absolutely. You know the score, mate. You know what I mean? I don't care what teams people support. I don't really care about that. But one thing I care about is if you're going to support the football club, support the football club. Don't just support the football club if they're winning. Support the football club through thick and thin, even when they're losing. That is what Man United being a Spain United sport is about. And as a Man United fan, it's my duty to tell you, you better start supporting the football club properly, or don't support the football club at all. Go away. Go somewhere else. Because at the end of the day, all they're doing is saturating the whole Man United fan community. And you know what? It's all about quality control, about real Man United fans and stuff like that. Of course. Jim, Sal, back in the old days, I did not have subscription TV and the Prem was not free to air. I could not watch it. But when the FA Cup final was live at 12 a.m., my youth are up late watching. Yeah, you and me both, mate. I was poor. I didn't have TV. They didn't show it on terrestrial TV either. You had to get satellite as well. Sal, so that means Amarim hates Liverpool because if it's about the history, you also have a history. I think he was I think he's a United fan. Mad Advance Sid. You know, when you think about the way he's smiling, the way he is in front of the camera and stuff, do you not think he's a Man United fan? I've heard he's a Man United fan. I've heard his favourite club is Man United. His favourite Portuguese club is Benfica. He played for Benfica, but his favourite English club is definitely Man United. You can see how happy he is to arrive at Old Trafford. Why did he reject Liverpool? You know what I mean? Why did he do that? You know what I mean? He definitely supported Man United. And you know what? You know, once you've got the Man United disease, as they say, Man United pick you, you don't pick them, of course. United pulls out. It was a United legacy with a track. Absolutely, Asif. Absolutely. And you spot on, brother. You're spot on. You say it as it is, mate. So Lingard plays more like Prime Minister because he's not playing in Europe. Obviously, every easy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get you, mate. I get you, Mad Advanced Sid. Yeah, I get you. He is playing in where now? South Korea, isn't it? South Korea. Yeah, it's a lot easier for him. Although it's not totally easy. He won't totally diss them that much. I am cooked. Big up, Mad Advanced Sid. Love you, mate. Don't worry about it. Absolutely, guys. Yeah, one person has been blocked already. Big up, Dylan. How you doing, my friend? Goodbye, Mutant Ava. Absolutely, Dylan. She's gone out of here. Those bloody trolls. They got nothing better to do, have they? Absolutely nothing better to do. I had to delete them. I gave them a chance, but no, they're deleted. The same plastic fans will turn up at Amarim. God forbid his methods won't show any quick results. Mark my words. I've supported all the managers, both except Moyes and Van Gaal. Yeah, I supported all of them at the beginning. As if I think we all do, don't we? We support them all at the beginning, and then when it comes to basically when it gets on and you learn about the history of the football club and stuff like that, you know, when you see the results and stuff, you say, oh, we should do that better. But I've never turned on the manager. I've never said, manager, get him out now, get him out of my club. I've never done that once. I've never done that. But you know what? I've had my doubts, of course, about certain managers. David Moyes, for example. I had my doubts at the beginning that I weren't too sure if he was the right guy for the job. And obviously, it turns out that he wasn't the right guy for the job, of course. You're so right, Sal. This generation is so lost. Woke generation, cancel culture. Anyway, won't go for absolutely. That's what it is. Big up, Mark. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Sorry, I missed your 2 shows about next week, Sal. No problem, Mark. We're all, you know, I get you, brother. I know you're, mate. Life gets in the way, bruv. Life gets in the way. That's what life is, man. Me too. Same thing, brother. That is all it's all about, man. Life gets in the way sometimes. Big up, Mark. Big up my family there. Absolutely. Ava is a disguised bot. Yeah, I've blocked. Kazi, I've blocked. Kazi, you're a mod, mate. I'm quicker than you, bruv. I blocked her like that. Goodness me. Acid Baba, if you can support Ole and then Moyes to be supported as well. What did he do, bro? I don't think he means straight away. I think what you do is like this. David Moyes wasn't my first choice, but I supported David Moyes. I was there singing David Moyes' Red and White Army, right? I was there, right? I was there supporting David Moyes, you know. And the thing is that I supported him all the way to the end, but doesn't necessarily mean that you believe he's the right man. It doesn't necessarily mean that you believe he's a good manager. You hope that he's going to be a good manager. You hope that he's going to be the next thing. You know what I mean? The next big thing. You hope that, but you know, not necessarily doesn't mean that you know what you believe he is going to be. But you support him, and that's how it should be. Last season, we had people calling Eric Ten Hag a bald fraud, a peanut head, and things like that, all the way through the season. Last year, this year, you know, it was disgraceful. I would hope and wish that all those people saying those disgusting, you know, words, slandering words, can go home. Yeah, and just support another football team. Now, you know what? People like in these fan camps, they say, oh, they're from another generation. They're from another generation. These snowflakes are too soft and this and that. Mate, no, they're not so snowflakes, mate. You're just an asshole. And that is what I would say. You know, you're not snowflake. I'll go there and slap it. Like, you know, I'm not going to tolerate violence on there, but you know what I mean? I would. At the end of the day, look, you're not a fan. You know what I mean? You're talking about people like that, and you're talking about trying to justify what happened to Garnacho. You're ridiculous, mate. Class, mate. You know, learn about it. Learn about class. That's what you should do. And people saying that, you know, this generation is weak and that. Look, I beg you. I'm born in the 80s, guys. The early 80s. 1981, I was born. Right? I'm older than these fellas. Right? If they really want a talk about that, let's get in a room. Let's talk. Get on the stream and let's talk about how, you know what, people supporting Garnacho are weak. Please explain that to me. People supporting Garnacho are weak. My goodness, ridiculous. Bag of bloody more sense in a bag of chips. Where about Old Trafford Football Stadium will the new stadium be? Just around the corner, my friends. Trafford Park, around that area. It will be there, of course. Amaran wants sporting stars. Yes, I can't wait for it. He will bring in. He's known for that double swoop. As I said, Amir, look on my streams. Double swoop, double swoop, double swoop. I've been talking about he's going to bring at least 2 or 3 Sporting Lisbon players with him. He does that. He done that at FC Braga. He done that at Sporting Lisbon. If you know me, you know me. If you watch my streams, I've been saying it for weeks and weeks. It's going to happen, guys. Absolutely. Hi, Sal. Big up, Michael. Hope you're doing. Mark, she's just a bot, whatever she is. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. But it's been since yesterday, so I have blocked it. Had to block it, man. What you ate today? Me, I ate, what did I eat? Grilled chicken and some sweet potato. Amaram is a United fan. I mean, he is a CR7. Absolutely, Mark. He is. He's a CR7 fan, you know, so he's definitely a Man United fan there. I mean, he did support Benfica, but I guarantee you his best English club is Man United. Look at the way he came into the ground smiling, happy, pointing at pictures. He probably looked at something. He probably saw a picture of an old picture of Man United and things like that, you know, and said, oh, look at that, you know, and you know, if you're a fan of Man United, right? If you're a fan, right? You just, when you go to Old Trafford and you see Old Trafford, you see the history, you see the Munich clock, you see the Trinity stand, you see the Sir Alex Ferguson statue, you see it all there, right? When you're going up to Old Trafford, when you get off that tram and you walk past the cricket ground, then you go further and then you see Old Trafford and you see the stand just right there in front of it, and it's huge, you know. Absolutely. It is, you know, it's like always like the first time when you go there, of course. Madavan said, Mark, I don't know, but he keeps changing his name to Ava whenever I come. I've blocked him now, mate. GK, big up GK, of course, absolutely. Amram, he did his certification at United once he met Sir Bobby's and become a Red for life. Yeah, he also done his badges, didn't he, Mark? He done his badges at Man United and with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, wasn't it? I heard something like that. He done his badges like that. And you know what? Big up, Ruben Amram. And I wish me, Mark, will be supporting Ruben Amram all the way to the end. We're with Ruben. We're Ruben Amram's Red and White Army. We'll be supporting Ruben Amram all the way to the end, guys. That's what we do as a Man United fans, guys. That's how we do things as a Man United community. We'll support them all the way to the end. We're not going to get swayed. I know some people, they're waiting for the Ipswich game. They're waiting for the Ipswich game, and then they're going to say, oh, we might lose, we might draw. It might happen. Let's be honest. I think we're going to win by 4. But the thing is, it might happen. You know, we might draw, we might lose. I mean, it is a new regime. It is a new tactics and stuff like that. It might happen. But one thing is, we can continue supporting the football club and we continue backing this manager. Regardless, it's a process and we will get there in the end, guys. Ruben Amram is the best young manager in the world. He will get it right? And one thing I like about Ruben Amram, he's a silent assassin. He knows what he's doing. He knows what players need to be moved on. He knows what players need to see. But each one of those players are going to get a new challenge, of course. They're going to get a new slate. You know, but one thing's for certain is that Ruben Amram would not take any subpar performances, of course. Maya, how you doing, my friend? Big up, Bella, big up. Absolutely. I know what you mean, MIA. Big up yourself. Yes, Jose, but probably AI disguise. Jim's gone now, blocked. Imagine Shaw staying fit till the end of the season. We are so back if it happens. Oh, my goodness me, man. Don't jinx it, Madavan said. Don't jinx it. I was worried when Rumour put his arm around Luke Shaw. I'm like, please don't injure him. Don't injure him. We need a left back. But I wouldn't give him a chance. I'm being honest with you. I'm tired of him. I would bring in a youngster. Forget him. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that guy's never. Did you see the look on his face when Ruben Amram came in? I'm psychology, right? I know about his face and facial expressions and that. When you look at Kobe Mainu, right? When you look at even Mason Mount, the hug, you know, the love. When you look at Shaw, it's like, You know what? There's this thing where you do with your lips, you do this. That is bad news, guys. That's bad news. When you go, that is bad news, guys. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, man, I don't trust them. Absolutely. Fun fact, Amram played against Man United in the group stage of the Champions League. He's played against them twice. One for Benfica, of course, and Braga. Yeah. Plastic FC, absolutely, Kazi. Plastic FC. We all was, I guess. Absolutely, my friend. Big up. Maya, I hope you're doing well. Big up, Acid Baba. How are you, bro? Don't see your messages. Why can't you see Acid Barber's messages? I don't know why. Sal, what should I do? EV car, Rasmus, or petrol diesel Xerxes? Support the players, mate. They're both gonna. Guys, I'm gonna say this as it is, right? And I'm gonna say it to you right now. Watch out for Rasmus. Watch out for Rasmus. Rasmus will be back. Razmataz will be back, guys. He will be back. Don't worry. Under Ruben Amorim. Look, listen. Nobody was talking about Gyökeres. No one was talking about Gyökeres before he went to Sporting Lisbon. Nobody was talking about Gyökeres when he went to Brighton, right? And he got kicked out of Brighton. No one was talking about him. But Ruben Amorim made him who he is. Ruben Amorim made it. Even when he was playing for Coventry City, he scored a few goals, corrected, granted. No one really was talking about him in the big clubs. Believe in Razmataz. He is got well about. Look, he's younger than Gyökeres, and he will be there. I'm not saying don't sign that Gyökeres and players like that, but I'm saying that believe in these players as well. The conveyor belt of players that are coming through, Obi Martin and these players as well, that they're going to be coming through, guys. Believe it. Trust me, we're coming. Big up Amir, Furkery, Kenny. Absolutely big up everyone, of course, guys. Amir rejected Ranchiti too. Absolutely. There you go. We don't want them. Absolutely. Absolutely. Travels with Trev and Boff is way away. Absolutely. Kenny, when you come on my channel, right, you say, how you doing, Sal? How you doing, Sal? Not big up Jim. Big up everyone. Big up Kazi. Big up everyone. You say, how you doing, Sal? It's my channel. Guys, don't just try and go into people on the stream and say, you know, hello, hello, hello. Come to my channel. Come to my channel. Come on, Kenny. Come on. You know, you come and you say, how you doing, Sal? I'm only joking, bro. Don't worry, don't cry. I'm only a player, mate. I'm a player. Don't hate the game, hate the player. Absolutely. Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's what I would say. Absolutely. Big up. Big up. Absolutely great. Goodness me, here we go. God, we got to go heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. We're here again, guys. Absolutely. Mark Elman, good day, guys. Good day, Mark. How you doing? Nice, lovely message. Big up, LT. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing good, mate. Have got mad advanced. Sid. Where is Lumen? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. And, you know, best of luck to him. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. If we sell Xerxes, it will be great to bring in Gyökeres with Lindelof and Maguire leaving. It will be great to bring in Diamande. If we see Anthony, I also like Ignacio as well. I think he's a brilliant player as well on the left side of centre back. Diamande is brilliant, 20 years old, fantastic. He's a beast in that defence, guys. It'd be great to get him as well, guys. It would be fantastic to get him, of course. So, England cricket also play at Old Trafford. Is it different stadium? The same. They're around the corner from each other, Jim. When you come out of the tram, so basically you get on the tram in Manchester Piccadilly. You get the tram to Old Trafford, right? Well, the train towards Altrincham or Eccleston, and then basically you get the tram there, and you get off at Old Trafford. When you're walking towards Old Trafford, you will pass Old Trafford on the left, Old Trafford Cricket Ground. So you'll pass Old Trafford Cricket Ground, and then you work further on, and then you'll see Old Trafford Football Ground. So they're right next to each other, mate. Absolutely. Maya, Luke Shaw needs to go. Agreed. Absolutely. I agree with that. You know, I don't know. I don't see us losing the Ipswich game, but I think Arsenal game will give them a proper measure of where we are. Can you imagine, LT, we go and beat Arsenal? Can you imagine we defeat Arsenal? How much of a boost will that be for this squad? How much of a boost will that be for Ruben Amorim? Be brilliant. Be a good start, wouldn't it? We will have to cash in on Shaw and Rashford. Bad news. Absolutely. I'm going for Ipswich Town 1, Manchester United 3. I'll take that, Michael, all day long, bro. I'll take that all day long, my fella. Absolutely. EV car Rasmus is the best. Rasmus is the best. Spit up, Mad Advanced Sid. Big love to Mad Advanced Sid. Oh, Sid Craft. I can't get used to that, obviously. Sid Craft. So United will beat Ipswich 4-0. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up, big up. Man United will beat Ipswich 3-0. I love it. I love that. I would take that all day long. Of course, big up, Jim. Absolutely. Low-key, bro, looks like we're going to cook. Low-key, I think, absolutely. And it's going to be very well known. Not only low-key, I think it's going to be very well known very soon, Amir, that we're going to cook very soon. I absolutely agree with that. Remember that the season short only represented the club 10 times and he played every game for his country. Disgraceful, man. I've said. Don't forgive that. And it's not only happened 2018, 2021, 2022. It's happened 2024. It's happened, guys. It's happened. You know, so it's not this. This is not a one-off. He's been doing this for years and years and years, guys. Years and years and years. Of course. Up your Kenny. Other words. Oh, up yours, Kenny. In other words, what are you saying? So hello, Jim. Basically, look. You know what? you know, you could say hello, 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 hello. Remember what I said about the guy earlier? Hello, 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 hello. Don't ignore me because you want to take, you know what, you want people to come to your channel. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Say hello, Sal. How you doing? How's everything? Do you know what I mean? Or better still, Jim. Hello, Sal. Sorry to hear about your granddad. You know what I mean? Something like that. You know what I mean, Jim? You know those people there who come on my channel, don't mention when I've been mentioning in the chat about my granddad, they don't mention anything. Bun them lot, man. Bro, I'm missing Luman. You guys. Meat curry mixed with Mr. Naga. I'm just taking the Naga, mate. Kazi, I'm just taking the Naga, absolutely. But I've blocked him. How to unblock him again and roast him? Which one, mate? Which one? Which one? Okay, so no worries, brother. Salam to you. Absolutely. Big up, Jim. Big up, everyone. Of course, going to be a huge comeback if actually performs with this team. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Everybody needs somebody to love. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Did you see the video of a new goalkeeper coach? Looking forward to seeing Onana finally moving off his line to get the ball and standing on the goal line. Absolutely, Mark. It's exciting times for Man United. There's a lot of positives to come from Man United at the moment. And one thing I was saying, I'll give Onana credit. Onana's played okay this season. He's been good this season. And we have to give him the credit where it's due. Do you know what I mean? We have to give it credit where it's due. And do you know what? At the end of the day, you know, I respect Onana for the way he's improved and for the way he's got better over time and stuff. And he's learned from his mistakes. And you know what? We all make mistakes. But as long as you learn from those mistakes, that is what's the most important thing. You know what I mean? And I think he has learned from his mistakes, guys. Absolutely. I did give you condolences. You did, yeah, but certain man didn't. Jim, I know you did. I don't forget these things. Very small things for me matter the most, Jim. Small things for me matter the most, of course, guys. Absolutely. You know, especially when I get man on my channel and stuff like that, you know, to show their face and promote their channel and stuff like that. And then they do things like that. That is selfish behavior. You know what I mean? Unity is power, my friend. Unity is power. But one thing, if it's all coming from one direction, don't F with these guys, man. I don't F with these guys. Absolutely. I don't care. Give two damns about these guys. I'll cut you off quicker than a flipping Dominic called, whatever it is. We're about to have the best comeback in the history. Amir, can you imagine we came back? Can you imagine it happened? We came back and we actually challenged for the league. Can you imagine that? That'd be absolutely beautiful. I can never stay at one channel or more for one. Then my mother, I don't know what happens to me. Low, absolutely. Mad Advance said, you do what you like, my friend. This channel's going to grow and it's going to grow and it's going to grow. And when it gets to 100,000, my friend, you know what? Don't come calling back, man. Advance it. Stretford Post is where it's meant to be. I've got big guests coming on this show, guys. Huge guests. Huge guests coming on this show very soon. And you know what? I remember the people who stay loyal to the brother. Absolutely. But Onana has been good. Yes. Now he's going to be a Golden Glove. Excellent. Absolutely. That's true. As I'm doing well, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Sal, you missed my comment. Anti-English team, United anti-English team. Which one was it? Let me have a look. Asif, one sec. I'm trying to have a look for Asif. 1 second. United feel anti-English team. Every English person out of 10 hates Man United. No, not really. No. Man United are the most supported club in England. They're not the most hated English club. People hate people because they're successful. I'm English. You know what I mean? People hate English clubs because they're successful. They're not anti-English at all. No, they're an English football club. You know, no xenophobia on here and stuff like that. Man United are not a xenophobic team, and we're not hated like that. We're hated because we were successful over many, many years, decades and decades and decades. You know, this is why we're hated. We're not only hated by some English fans who support Liverpool, support Arsenal, support Tottenham, support Chelsea. There's many fans around England who support different clubs and they don't like us because we were successful. It's not anti-English. It's just that we were successful and they were jealous about that. Obviously, our history and our heritage and stuff like that. Big up Asif, though. Big up Asif. Thanks for the comment, though. It's a good point. I like these comments to get my brain tingling, you know. There's a reason why relations doesn't last for more than 2 months. I've been married, mate, for years. You have to. I know, so I cut Rance, says Alice. I cut a few Alice and the others out, negative people. The United view, you know, what the red carpet treatment, what that, you know what I mean? What the United Stand Job Centre treatment, more like. Absolutely. That's it, Baba. You can catch into big up, everyone. And the beautiful people like you on the chat sub. You're beautiful, my friend. Everyone is beautiful here. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Absolute legends. Asif, love you, brother. Jim, love you, brother. Absolutely. Mad Advanced Sid, love you, brother. Absolutely. Everyone, Mark, love you, brother. Big up, everyone. Everyone who's on this stream, guys. You're absolute legends. You make it all worth the time, guys. Look, we get a little bit heated on this stream sometimes. We do. But you know what? One thing about this stream that we will never do is we won't sugarcoat things. We won't stop things from being said because things need to be said at the end of the day. Sometimes. Mad Advanced Side United is this guy, but he does it for views. He's not a decent guy, Mad Advanced, and I'll tell you that right now. Who's Side United? He's not a decent guy. Absolutely. I don't endorse him. Absolutely not. Exactly, Sal. Success brings jealousy and hatred along. Absolutely, Asif. I know it's a bit early, but here we go. My preferred 11, Amram, Start, Onacha, Licha, Delit, Yoro, Malasia, Bruno, Ugarte, Mazrui. I'm going to say something, Mark, and I'm going to say it like this, and I'm going to say it once to you guys. He doesn't play wing backs. So, he doesn't play wing backs. He plays wingers as the 4. He plays a 3-4-2-1. The 2 wingers are wingers. They're not fullbacks. I'll tell you that right now. This is where the problem's going to have. He's not going to play Malasia and Mazaruri as full backs. He plays wingers on the right and the left. He doesn't play that. He plays wingers. The only thing we can do is bring in Alphonso Davies or a Frimpong and play that. But he's going to play Garnacho and Rashford or Ahmad and Rashford or Ahmad number 10 and that's what he's going to play. Trust me. It's not going to be a wing backs. He doesn't play that formation. That's a 5-2-2-1. He plays a 3-4-2-1. Basically, so wingers on the wing. So he's not going to necessarily play Malasia or Shaw or Mazrui. He's not necessarily going to play that. He's going to play wingers. This is next. I can't wait, Amir. Big compliment though. A lot of pressure on him though. I mean, even if he gets half of that, sort of thing, yeah, I'll be happy. GK, this will be a setup. Rasmus going to bring inverted wide and Dalot as a loose and Casemiro Eriksson midfield back 3. I think we'll win 2-0. I think we'll win as well. Love you too, Sal. Bless you, your wife, dad, and family, and you too, your family as well, Jim. Big up yourself. Much love always, my friend. I'm a huge guest. Absolutely. You're very huge, my friend. Big up, Kazi. Basuri is going to eat Licha, Delict, whoever is going fighting for that centre-back position. Absolutely. But this is going to be a great revival. Anthony left wing back. Nah. Get away from that. It's not going to happen. And it's not a left wing back. Mark, it's not a left wing back. Go and watch Sporting Lisbon. Watch them, Mark. They don't play wing backs. It's a left wing, right wing. The 2 midfielders. Two midfielders, right? Right, guys, right. Some people watch football. Some people consume football, right? I consume football. So, like the 2 midfielders, right? The double pivot split. They go down. They can act as wing backs, right? The 2 midfielders stay as midfielders. The 3 at the back split. They can act as right back and left back. They can also cover that area. But the 2 midfielders will be Garnacho or Rashford or Ahmad or Anthony. It'd be like a midfielder, like that, 2 midfielders, right? You'll see. It might not happen against Ipswich, but that is what the core of what Ruben Amorim really does. It's the core of what he does, guys. Jesus Christ. This is not an achievement. We need players to play Amorim ball. Absolutely. Big up, left wing. Absolutely. Definitely, Mark. Big up, Mark. Love you. Any players who is going to fight Mazrui for his vision is cooked. I love Mazrui. Signing of the season, guys. Signing of the season. Big up, everyone. Amos can play fullback. We're not going to play fullback, mate. We're not playing fullbacks, but it's going to be difficult for some of those players to fit in. We'll have to wait and see, guys. Time is an education, as they say. We'll have to wait and see. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. You're absolute legends. Absolutely enjoyed the show today. Intense sometimes, but we get there, guys, with what we want to do. Now, I'm going to go with number 4 in regards to how to get Man United back to the top. Eat, breathe, live Manchester United. Everything should be Manchester United. Manchester United, Manchester United. Eat, breathe, live Manchester United. And number 5, settle down, get married, have kids, relax. That's what you do. Enjoy it. Enjoy life and have a peaceful life. Don't have any of that in betweens and stuff. You know, enjoy it and have a peaceful time, guys. Absolutely. I would say you've given, I do as well, LT. Getting rid of Deadwood. I can't wait for it, mate. I can't wait for it. Bless you, Carl. Bless everyone. Bless everyone, guys, in the chat, of course, guys. Absolutely. Remember, this channel is not a promotional tool, Jim. Remember that. It's not a promotional tool for anyone. But one thing I would say is that, you know what? Come on my channel, greet Uncle Sal. Jim greets me. Greet me, guys. Absolutely. Big up, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. And you know what? You absolute legends. Let me have a read of this one. There is no way than to go crazy in January to get Davies and Frimpong. Maybe the summer. Davies' contract runs out in 2025, Mark, so we can get him on a free transfer. But we're not the only ones who are interested in him. So obviously Real Madrid, Arsenal, and all them teams are interested in him as well. But we can get him on a free transfer in 2025, the summer of 2025, guys. Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much, guys. Absolutely. I suggest some of the players APL for us, but it's not that cheap reasoning and Lepti. And what you say, it will be worth Paul Mararo and for Sporting and Calvis. Good point. Could be. It will bring in a couple of players, guys. Absolutely. A couple of players. Absolutely. Sal, 12 people disliked. 12 people disliked. I don't care. That's life, isn't it? What you mean, Sal? It's not promotional channel. I did not promote anyone, Sal. You did, Kenny. And people like that, absolutely. But big up, Jim. Anyway, take it easy, guys. I'm going to be absolutely going to. I mean, look, half the channel is like, half the chat is like, the big up Kenny, big up this, big up this, big up. Come on, guys. Absolutely. This is Sal. Big up Sal. That's it, man. You know what I mean? Because I do have to read lots of comments and obviously it becomes a headache. Peace up, Asif. Hope you're doing well. Absolutely. Hope you're doing well. Especially people who don't have the courtesy to actually, you know, what I've said over the last couple of days. Absolutely. Big up, everyone. Have a fantastic day. Listen, Stretford Post is growing. It will continue to grow. We're nearly on 5,000 subscribers, guys. This is how we do things here. We're going to keep growing. We're not going to stop, guys. This is how it's going to go. And I thank all you guys. Absolutely. Especially those guys who have been with me since the summer. Those guys who've been with me since the Euros. Those guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And you know what? You know, simple things in the way of... Sal, my big hello, friendship, bro. I don't need to relax, Jim. I don't need to relax. I'm relaxed, mate. I say things as it is. I say things I'm very real with my what I say. If you can't be bothered to, and I'm not talking about you, Jim. If you can't be bothered to recognize and you know and talk something when I'm talking about something, and you completely bypass something, and then you go on to another thing, you know what I mean? I don't like that. Not you, Jim, but you know what I mean. You know who I mean and stuff like that. That's not how it works for me, Jim. So at the end of the day, look, you know. Don't tell me relax on my show, Jim. Right? Don't do that. But you know what? That's rude. But you know what? Anyway, guys, read my comments, United haters. Absolutely. Big up Asif. He's come up with a fire today. Asif is the man of the channel today. Absolutely. So should we do some games, Georgia Guza or quiz? What's that? Gimeres or who's that? Jim Giza. Who's that, mate? Who's that? Sal Baba. Big up, Jim. Big up, Jim. No problem. Everyone, take it easy, guys. Have a fabulous evening. I'm off. I have to do a couple of things, but guys, have a great evening. You know what? I'm always relaxed. I'm always cool. When I talk, I don't talk like from hatred. I talk a place of being real to you guys, and I say it as it is. Glory, glory, Man United. That's what it's all about. Support your football club through thick and thin. Don't flip flop. Don't flip flop. We don't have flip-flops on this channel. We've had a couple on there today, but you know what? Don't worry about it. We've got the real ones on there today. Big up everyone who's joined me today. You absolute legends. Thank you for joining me. Take it easy. See you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Have a fabulous evening, Baz. Much love. Love you all. Take it easy. Peace.